Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again. It's Monday, March 23rd, 2020, and you're on the mic. So, on today's episode, I'm going to give a little update on the anime Bleach because there was some news that came out over the weekend, as reported by Robin Berry Cotter of Anime America. Um, they have decided to animate the last story arc in Bleach. Um, Story arc being the Thousand Year Bloody War arc. Um, so in Japan, which is set for release in sometime in 2021. Um, as of yet, we don't know if there'll be an English dub or not. I guess time will tell with that. But much like with other animes, like Inuyasha with Inuyasha the Final Act and stuff, they'll bring they decided to bring the anime back to at least finish off the series, finish off the last arc of the manga. Um, so what is the whole plot behind the Thousand Year Bloody War arc? So as I read into it a little bit, so basically the Quincy's, led by their progenitor, decide to take a decided, I guess, to try to take over the world. Led, within the group of Quincy's known as the Vandenreich. Um, so it revolves around Uru Yoshida joining his Quincy brethren as they'll probably go into battle against the Soul Society and the Arankars and stuff. So that's basically what it comes down to. So be looking for that, as they decided they're going to animate that. So that's something to look forward to as time goes on. Um, Obviously, not much else to talk about here. I know I did a lot of, the COVID-19 cover, or at least giving my commentary opinions on all that. Don't really want to get into too much of that, just because I've already said everything that I think needs to be said on it. I want to get back to focusing on some more positive stuff like animes, niche content. I think that's important for us to not let to not let whatever's going on around us affect our lives in such a way that we live in fear of it. So, we shouldn't totally ignore it either. Okay, don't get me wrong. Should always be cautious. You also always take the proper precautions, but don't let it rule your life. So with that being said, the rate I'm going here, it's going to be a pretty short video this time around. But anyways, so moving on then, that was the main thing I wanted to talk about was, of course, the release of the, the I guess the announcement of the anime adaptation of the Bleach anime, in which they are, going to animate the last arc, and it will be set to premiere sometime in 2021. So I want to get that note out there. Something hopefully for Bleach fans look forward to. So now with that being said and done, let's move on to some other happier news. So now it's time for the This Day in Niche History segment. So let's look at this day in niche history, as it were. So first off, want to go back about 75 years here. On this date in 1945, the 35th issue of WoW Comics from Fawcett Comics went on sale. On this date in 1945, WoW Comics number 35 went on sale. It, of course, featured Mary Marvel of the Marvel family in the story titled Mary Marvel Meets Her Rival, as well as Mr. Scarlet in the story titled Music of Madness. So, yeah, Mary Marvel and Mr. Scarlet were characters picked up by DC Comics eventually. Mary Marvel being a part of the Marvel family, being the twin sister of Billy, Mary Batson Bromfield, who is the twin sister of Billy Batson, you know, and then of course you have also Freddie Freeman, who's part of that as Captain Marvel Jr. So on this date in 1945, WoW Comics number 35 went on sale featuring Mary Marvel and Mr. Scarlet. So moving on then, on this date in 2001, of course is 19 years ago, um, the Fairly Odd Parents finished their initial run on Oh Yeah Cartoons. Um, on this on this date in 2001, the Fairly Odd Parents, a show about a boy named Timmy Turner and his good parents, Cosmo and Wanda, and their wacky adventures, finished its initial run on Oh Yeah Cartoons. Eventually would move on to, I think, Nickelodeon, um, but on this date in 2001, they would finish their run on the Oh Yeah Cartoons segment of Cartoon Network. Moving forward here, on this date 5 years ago in 2015, Kevin Nash was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame on Monday Night Raw. Kevin Nash, who of course during his first run in WWE was Diesel. Basically a short little bit on his career. Of course, he was initially in WCW, having a bunch of different character names, including Oz, Steel of the Master Blaster Steel, um, Vinny Vegas. Then after moving on to the WWF, he became Diesel and became a main eventer while during his first run in WWE. Then went back to WCW and was the part of the orchestration of the whole New World Order angle that would dominate WCW for the next, for a matter of 2 or 3 years there. So on this date in 2015, Kevin Nash was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame on Monday Night Raw. And finally, on this date in 2017, 3 years ago, Naruto Shippuden would finish its run of 500 episodes. On this date in 2017, Naruto Shippuden would finish its initial Japanese run on this date in 2017 at 500 episodes. Naruto Shippuden, the continuation of the Naruto series, of course, following the adventures of the young shinobi Naruto Uzumaki in his quest to become Hokage, while also dealing with the fact that he had a chakra beast known as Kyuubi, the nine-tailed fox, living inside of him and going through the growth process, learning how to control that power. So that is it for all that. That is it for all that. You guys can check the links below. If you'd like to contact me directly, you can DM me on my Discord. If you'd like to check out the Discord and join, you're more than welcome to. Um, I'm also promoting a bunch of different dub companies because there's a lot of work out there that you guys, especially in this time right now when everybody's kind of on lockdown and they want us to try to stay home as much as possible to limit the spread of the virus. Um, it's a good time to get caught up on a lot of animes that maybe you've heard of, maybe haven't watched before. And if you're a dub fan like myself, there's a lot of animes out there you guys can check out. You can check out some of the works of some of the other companies other than Funimation. There's a lot of works out there, so I encourage you to try to do that. as one way of spending your time, when you're not doing other stuff like working and stuff like that. Also, I'm still, of course, promoting the GoFundMe's. As always, guys, never feel like you have to donate. If you have the means to, and it's on your heart to do so, please consider donating. You know, consider it in a way to where, you know, even if sometimes if you have the means to, it doesn't always mean that you may have, you may sometimes have the means to, but for whatever reason you may not. Maybe there are other things you have to spend on, and that's understandable. But that's why you should consider it. I'm not saying donate. People. I think most people understand. Even Vic understands that. You have to prioritize your spending. If you have the means to, please consider donating. If you've already donated, please consider donating again. And if you don't have the means, if you're not able to donate, you can still help out the cause by sharing the link. Because sharing is caring, after all. You know, there, you never know. Maybe somebody in your circle of friends may see it and decide, yeah, I want to help out too. I think Vic's getting the short end of the stick. You know, I want to help out too. So you're still helping out by sharing the link, by at least letting people know what's going on. And with that, if you like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I always look forward to the conversations with you guys, as long, of course, as they're civil and respectful. I usually will reply back if I have something to reply back with. At the very least, I'll at least like and give you a heart for it. Acknowledge that, yes, I appreciate you guys participating. And with that, I I hope you guys will enjoy this video, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.